Hello everyone, thank you for watching my talk today. I'm Tina Barbasch and I'm really excited to be here to talk to you about a portion of my dissertation research. This was done in the Buston lab at Boston University. And today I'm going to talk to you about how power and punishment influence negotiations over parental care. Parents of most animals provide no care at all for their offspring. But among those that do provide care, parents can go to great lengths for their offspring. For example, parents can protect their young and defend them from predators, they can carry their young around with them on their backs or in pouches, and they can provision their young with food, or even provide really extensive care to their young post-independence. Parental care can range from a single parent providing care, to both parents providing care, and in some species to cooperative care, where offspring are raised by both parents and non-parents. In species with biparental care, parents are often in conflict. And this conflict arises because each parent should benefit from shifting the burden of care to their partner and free riding off of their partner's effort. And in these species with biparental care, it means that parents must coordinate their efforts to resolve this conflict in order to successfully raise their offspring. And one important consideration in the resolution of conflict is who has power. And power refers to the ability to control the outcome of conflict in your favor. And this outcome can depend on sheer physical power, but it can also depend on things like motivation or the value of the resource being contested. So power itself is not an easily measured feature of social interactions. However, power asymmetries among caring parents may be universal. Individuals are rarely identical, and males and females often differ in things like size or levels of aggression. So this brings me to my main research question. How does power influence negotiations between parents over offspring care? Because power is not something that's easily measured, we turn to theory. And game theory provides a really useful tool for understanding how power influences the outcome of conflict, because we can model how the fitness of one parent depends on what the other parent is doing. And the outcome of these models is a pair of evolutionarily stable response rules, or negotiation rules, which represent the best possible strategy of each parent, given that the other parent is also using its best possible behavioral strategy. So here you see the outcome of a seminal model of negotiation by McNamara et al. And these response rules are plotted with the female effort, or one parent's effort, on the y-axis, and the male effort, the other parent, on the x-axis. So here you can see that if we read over for any given level of male effort on the x-axis, we can read up to the female negotiation rule and find the optimal response by the female. Similarly, we can read up to find the optimal, or for any given level of female effort, we can read over and find the optimal response by the male. Now, where these two response rules intersect represents the final evolutionarily stable level of effort that each parent provides, given that the other parent is also doing the best thing it possibly can. So to provide some insight into how we represent these negotiations mathematically, we model the fitness of each parent as a function of both its own effort and its partner's effort. And fitness is simply the benefit in terms of increased offspring fitness minus the cost to future reproductive opportunities. And we find the fitness for both parents in similar ways. And again, the fitness of parent 1 is dependent both on its own effort, U1, as well as the effort of its partner, U2. And we can see from these equations that parents are in conflict. This is because the benefit depends on the combined level of effort that both parents provide, but each parent only pays a cost in terms of its own level of effort. So next, we assume that parents can respond to their partner's behavior. We represent this response by replacing partner effort with the partner's optimal response rule. To do this, for example, in the equation of the fitness equation of parent 1, we replace the effort of parent 2, U2, with the response rule of parent 2, R2, which is a function describing the optimal level of effort of parent 2 for any given level of effort of parent 1, U1. So into this framework, I added power and punishment. And I assumed that the more powerful parent, which I called rank 1, here you see parent 1 is now replaced with rank 1, could punish the less powerful parent, which I called rank 2, according to the amount of effort that the rank 2 is providing. So parent 2 faces this added cost based on how much care it's providing, this KP as a function of parent 2's effort, U2. And note that these equations might easily be modified to allow both parents to punish each other by adding in a similar cost in the fitness equation of the rank 1. So to understand how power and punishment influence negotiations, we first consider the case where there's no power asymmetry between parents and compare it to the results of our model. And here I've recreated the results from the seminal model developed by McNamara et al., where there's no power and punishment between caring parents. So parents are assumed to be identical. And here you see the response rules of parent 1 and parent 2. And again, we can read over for any given level of effort of the parent 2, we can find the optimal response of parent 1, and we can read up on the y-axis and find the for any given level of effort of parent 1, and read over and find the optimal response of parent 2. So next, I compare this model with no punishment to a model where the more powerful parent, rank 1, can punish the less powerful parent, rank 2, for changes in rank 2 effort. And adding in this power and punishment results in one parent essentially winning this sexual conflict battle. And we can see this by comparing the final negotiated level of effort where the two response rules intersect in the case without punishment to the case when one parent can punish the other for changes in effort. And rank 1 parent wins because the rank 1 benefits from reducing its level of effort, while the rank 2 loses by increasing its level of effort relative to the case without punishment. And you can see that this increase in the rank 2 effort more than makes up for that decrease in the rank 1 effort. So what this means is that kind of counterintuitively, the offspring are benefiting from greater overall care provided by their parents when there's power and punishment in these negotiations. So what does this mean empirically for our caring parents? Well, we found that the rank 1 benefits from punishing the rank 2 for changes in effort. So this means that if a parent can exert power in negotiations, it should. Second, rank 2 is really the only loser in these negotiations. So that means that the rank 2 might be favored to evolve strategies to avoid punishment. And this might explain some empirical cases where females actually prefer subordinate over dominant males. Finally, kind of counterintuitively, the offspring are benefiting from this parental conflict. This means that the offspring might evolve strategies to incite punishment between their parents. And this could be something like baby birds begging more intensely to signal to their parent that the other parent hasn't been feeding them enough. And I challenge you all to think of a time when maybe you incited conflict between your parents to receive more care. With that, I would like to thank all of my collaborators and co-authors, and of course the funding that made this research possible. A special shout out to Suzanne Alonzo, who collaborated with me on this model. And I want to point out that all of the Mathematica code used to generate the figures is available on Dryad, as well as on my GitHub account. And finally, thank you all for coming and watching my talk, and I'm happy to take any questions.